Banny Shaw, she's an absolute beast. There lies the difference in strikers between winning the league and not. Kerolin, oh,
I know.
What a unit.
I know. Viv Miedema was outstanding. Again, just going about right now, and she just looks happy. But just look at just how she keeps moves flowing, just the way to pass into people's strides, from to finish, it gets me excited.
Oh, put your bird on. There she is.
I fancy you a wee bit. You're just being absolutely outrageous.
It's not the World Cup, it's not the Champions League. It's just a made-up trophy.
I think they would be humiliated. I mean, what a long journey home that would have been for the Chelsea players yesterday.
With Dad, being able to go down to Fratton Park and watch him play and watch some of the best players in the Premier League play as well, I think that inspired me. It was a bit of a reality check for me. I think I did quite well out in the States. Felt like I was at the bottom of the pecking order again and had to kind of work my way up. She's amazing. She is amazing. Obviously, having her on your team, you know you're going to get the ball up to her and she's probably going to score.
Alexia is going to London City in the summer and will likely sign a pre-agreed contract. No one else seems to have heard this or known that maybe I dreamt it. Hello, how you doing? Welcome back to the Kickback. My name's Shebahn. I'm joined by the evil twin sister, so professional. Ruesha Littlejohn is here, coming up for you on the show. Chelsea slipped to third on the WSL. What the hell's happening? 5-1 thrashing from Manchester City. Have the mentality monsters finally shown a weakness? It seems that way. Plus, after a win over Palace yesterday, Southampton captain Atlanta Primis joins us to chat WSL 2 and making history with the Jamaica national team. And deadline day looms. Soccer Donna, the woman in the know, gives us the latest transfer gossip. So stay tuned for all of that and much, much more coming up on the Kickback. Like and subscribe. Get in the comments. Hi, Cass.
Hello, Cassium. How are you?
Great. Absolutely great. Had a new baby. Got a puppy.
That's right. I've still not seen him. I'm hoping to maybe come round later today or tomorrow to meet him.
I have a play date with the kids today and their friends, so you probably don't want to come
I'll
to
not
that.
be there then. I'll come tomorrow.
Ruesha's got... Ruesha, I know you want to be a parent one day, but all of the things that parents have to do, you're a bit like, I'm not doing it.
Do you know what it is? It's the whole, like, the having to have play dates with kids, having to force yourself to talk to other adults with kids and just talk about kids and kid stuff. It doesn't interest me. I don't care what time your kid gets up. I don't care what they have for breakfast. Like, I'm not interested in that. So I don't want to have that small talk and pretend that I'm really, like, intrigued by it. If anything, it's boring. If anything, your kids get a shocking diet and they should sort it out. Okay,
well, my son has autism, so he's actually a beige diet eater.
So, he does my nut in with that. He really does my nut in with that. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, we need to get some protein into you. We need to get some vegetables into you.
The protein's okay. I'd say that's the most okay bit. It's the vegetables. Nada. None. Not happening. Not happening. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't have that.
I don't have that.
Is that please? Please. I'll give you what you want if you just have
you give him what he wants anyway. He's got you wrapped around his finger. Do you know that? They all do. But anyway, that dog Cass, it's not even a dog. It's like a wee hamster.
He's so cute. Anyway, wow, what a weekend.
Action-packed.
Action-packed. Champions Cup. I know you loved it. Man City, I mean, they're winning the league.
Cass, I did say to you, let's talk about this after Sunday. Sunday is gone. It's been and gone. Man City, absolutely. Is it okay to say on the show?
No.
Pumped?
No, yeah.
No.
I think that's okay.
Pummeled. Spanked. Chelsea, 5-1. Yeah. It was a dominant display. I think it's safe to say. Obviously, you don't want to, is that the old phrase, Cash? Don't celebrate until the fat lady sings. But I feel like Man City won't be messing this up now.
Well, Man City have Arsenal next week, and I think Arsenal are then going to be maybe a bit exhausted from last night. They're all now, so the week after next going to be going back into Champions League. There's so much for each team to focus on, but I think from that performance yesterday from City, confidence, Banny Shaw, she's an absolute beast. There lies the difference in strikers between winning the league and not. I mean, unbelievable from her. And Kerolin,
I know.
What a unit.
I know. You're like really happy to see players like Kerolin like really come and go, yeah, this is what I'm all about. We already know it, but just seeing, you're seeing it now. Do you know what I mean? She's got the support of the players around her. She's got the service to be able to show what she can do. It's obviously taken her a bit of time to transition into playing in the WSL, but she's a star. Yeah. we already know that, but now you can see like what she actually brings, what she offers. Really impressed by, was it her second finish?
Yeah.
Her second finish, I thought, oh, that was so tidy. Just
like, chip over
to
the
dribble,
keeper, yeah.
the length that she's had to go, being hunted down by Keira Walsh, and then just to chip it over Hannah Hampton so casually, just so calm. I thought Viv Miedema was outstanding. Again, just going about right now, and she just looks happy. I know I've probably said to Viv before, like, you're a centre forward, you're a 9, because nobody can finish like her. I would still argue like Bunny's a phenomenal finisher. Her stats are out this world, but how Viv finishes is beautiful also. But just look at just how she keeps moves flowing, just the way to pass into people's strides for them to finish. It gets me excited, makes me happy. I'm sliding off the chair a little bit, probably need to cut that bit out, but that's how it makes me feel. And it's just nice to see her playing with freedom, enjoyment, and that deeper role, grafting cast, but just the class on the ball. It's beautiful.
I heard the manager also, well, I don't know if this is true, allows Viv that freedom and speaks to her about her experience and all that kind of stuff as well. I mean, guy's been an absolute revelation. Shall we try and FaceTime her? I was hoping our Kirsten was going to pop on with us, but she's having a family day. Should we FaceTime Viv, see if she answers?
I think she'll probably KB you, but knock yourself out. That's awkward for you if she doesn't
FaceTime her?
answer.
How's that possible? Oh, it's
Because
because
she's probably got you blocked. Why do you think? But dominant display. It makes me look at Chelsea, Shebs, because we've spoken about Chelsea and how about the depth of their squad is really important. So they've got the depth, they've got all the stars in the world in that squad. Something's not clicking.
Yeah.
Something's not clicking right now.
Let's come to it. Let's come to it. Hold on. Let's see if she answers. Oh, that's an international dial tone.
What?
Oh! Put your bird on. There she is.
She's just done yous. She's just done yous and yous have answered and she's put you under pressure. Viv, I just said that I was sliding off my chair watching you. I'm sorry, Beth.
Well done. Brilliant yesterday. Both of yous, in fact, because Beth won last night, but it looks like you lot are winning the league, eh?
I hope so. I have no idea what you just said because you just kept cutting out, but...
Oh, it feels like City are winning the league. Can't change it now.
Viv, I fancy
Can't
you a
really
wee
give that
bit.
away anymore now, can we?
I fancy you a wee bit. You're just being absolutely outrageous, and it's beautiful to see. Beth,
How about you back off, Ruesha?
Beth, I can't believe you've played 2 games and won a trophy. It makes me sick. I feel like I should play in these games and I might get a gold medal. So, but congratulations, guys.
Well done, honeys. Well done. Wave to the kickback.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice day off.
Bye. Enjoy your day. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
Well, let's get to the Chelsea situation
Okay.
before we talk about the Champions Cup, because Ruesha on the train in today was fuming about the Champions
I wasn't fuming.
You were?
I'm not fuming. Right, let's put it like this. They had to create this cup to be like the FIFA Club World Cup thing, right? So they've had the women's version. Great. So Gotham won the league. They're in it. Arsenal won the Champions League. They're in it. Saudi team.
Was there a decision? As far?
As far
as I know.
So I'm a bit like, okay, great. I'm great. The prize money, phenomenal, exceptional, crazy. I understand why teams are going to play in it. But I'm just like, would Arsenal been that buzzing if this was bang right now? If they were in contention for winning the league right now?
Yeah.
Would they be buzzing with that right now?
I would imagine
I
not.
get they're going to play, they're like, we're playing the next game football. It's like the Emirates now too. We're going to enjoy it, play, get the prize money. Great. They played 2 games. There's 2 games and we're dishing out trophies and awards and player of the tournaments and all that. I'm thinking, sign me up, get me in there. I might get something to finish my career. Do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. I'm like, what?
Well,
really?
There's a lot of money going into this competition,
Yes.
and they're trying to make it a competition for clubs like the Club World Cup that the women's teams can be involved in. And to be fair, Club World Cup last year, everyone was going, oh, there should be a women's competition. Now, one of the other things that we have discussed is the fact that there's so much football for the top clubs in the WSL. They're in cups, they get after the Champions League stage, then they get to the semi-finals of the other League Cup, then they're in contention for the FA Cup, and now they're in they've obviously got the international football, and now there's the Women's Champions Cup. But I actually enjoyed watching that last night. I thought it was decent. I thought the Corinthians were unbelievable in terms of what they brought to London, to the tournament. Michelle Kang's there. Arsene Wenger's there.
Of course Michelle's there. She's there because all the stars are there. She's trying to rub shoulders with people and stay relevant. Of course she is. She's like, oh, just sign here.
And our next guest on the show today. But
I get it, and it's like, I get it's meant to be good. I know, but I'm just like, at the point in the season, I'm like, it suits Arsenal right now because they're not winning the league. So, like, it could have been a pure inconvenience. I get the money. If the money's getting dished about amongst the players, they're going, happy days, nice wee bonus check here.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, what? What is this?
Yeah.
Why? And then I'm like, why is the Saudi team in it?
Well, because
they're just getting pummeled.
Because they get invited to it. But then that's the thing. They've got to be able to play these amount of games. Now, Arsenal are probably looking and going, they've signed up to this tournament. They're part of it. They've been invited into it. It's going to be playing at the Emirates. It's the inaugural tournament. They are the Champions League winners. They should be there, kind of thing. But they do have a squad that can work for these competitions. But I do think when it comes to prize money, was it 1.6 million in prize money?
Just under 2 mil, was it?
And we know that Arsenal is the richest club in terms of revenue, in terms of commercial, in terms of the players that are there. But I don't see how that's ever going to spread out the load ever, unless other teams are invited into the competition as well.
Well, I get why they were invited. They won the Champions League, so obviously it makes sense like that. But I'm just like, maybe I'm just not into it because it was the point of the season. There was a lot of other stuff going on in the WSL, stuff like that. I'll get on board, but right now I'm just like, how have we been playing 2 games and winning trophies and being champions? Shut up. It's not the World Cup. It's not the Champions League. It's just a made-up trophy. But that blows my mind how now this is like the biggest prize fund in women's football.
Because money talks.
You play 2 games and like why? Why is it not the Champions League?
I don't know.
That just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know. Look, they're trying to bring in more competition. There's more money. There's more scope now for women's football to have more competition. So I think in a way it could be a positive. But you know, Chelsea men now play with the Club World Cup logo on their shirt. Does that mean that Arsenal women will play with the Champions Cup?
Aye, probably.
On their shirt as well?
Probably. I get like players enjoy the moment. They're in it, enjoy it, stuff like that. But I'm just like, player of the tournaments and all that stuff, like trophy celebrations, and played 2 games. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to start playing games down the local park and be like, right, 90 minutes, troops, 90 minutes, you'll get a medal at the end of this. Just, what?
Right.
Anyway, fantastic.
Absolutely.
Great.
Well done.
The game's growing, all that jazz, fantastic.
And that is the focus.
Yes.
By the way, I thought the Emirates looked like a party atmosphere last night. The amount of people who stayed through that pouring rain and they got the job done in extra time.
Well, we already know the Arsenal fans will come out in their numbers, and some of them are bonkers. Some of them are good fans, some of them not so great fans when they're slaughtering their own players and stuff like that. But we all know about Brazil. Brazil was renowned for football. It is football central, party central. So no matter where they go, they're going to bring that atmosphere. Well, they're going to bring that intensity, Cass.
And they did. To be fair, for a minute it looked like it could have gone towards penalties kind of thing. Really, I liked it. I was cool with it for the week. I thought,
of course you were, because Arsenal won something. You're sitting there, you and your husband, with your Arsenal tops on again. You've got the wee Doug with his Arsenal top on.
He's got an Arsenal collar.
Is that walking out with the Emirates
bright red, yeah.
Aye, won't be
we'll
surprised.
Take the dog to the Emirates. Listen, we'll see what happens. Get in the comments. Is Ruesha right? Is Ruesha actually right about this? To have 2 games and win a trophy and get a medal and get that prize fund? Should you not have to be doing a little bit more than to get that? Or does it got to start somewhere and we move forward from here? Actually, we'll look forward to it next time round. Chelsea. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. What's happening there?
I don't know. I'm not sure, Cass, but something's going on. You're looking at that squad. And look, we talk about cycles, and teams normally stay at the top for about the 10 years max is normally that cycle. So Chelsea are coming to the end of that cycle. They're just coming up to it. Change of management. Yes, it went fine last year and stuff like that. But right now, they've always had a massive squad depth, stuff like that. Maybe now is it coming to the time where it's too much? The players aren't happy. Are they not happy with the manager? I'm not sure. Something's not clicking, something's not right. Do they now? Is it just they miss Emma Hayes? Is that gone? Is there too much change happened? something's not right. Chelsea will not be winning the league this season unless something absolutely drastic happens. But this is football. This is football. But it talks to people, you need to stay at the top. By staying at the top, you think you have to spend more money. I'm looking at some of them players in Chelsea team, right? Some of them, credit to them, they kept going. They ran their backsides off. But just some of them not good enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely not good enough.
I think when you also look at the spine of the team, and you mentioned Emma Hayes, who was the mainstay for all these years, who won umpteen titles back to back and had that, we knew the intensity that she brought and the order that she had around Chelsea, but also, say, Sam Kerr, Millie Bright, Guru Wright and Erin Cuthbert, what does they call themselves? The Fantastic Four. The spine of that team don't really play together as often anymore. There's so many brilliant players that have come in, but for me, I think that squad is so stacked and so full of stars that they're not exactly aligning yet. And also, the team does chop and change a fair bit. I don't know if Sonia's completely happy.
But is that competition within the squad?
Yeah, and also they're still fighting on all fronts. They are still fighting on all fronts. So they're looking and going, well, we have to have the squad to compete with all of that. I quite like seeing that alteration. But when it comes to the league title, when you've spent this much money, and that's been highlighted, you know, with the club to break transfers and all this kind of stuff, and it's not working, and you've been battered by Man City yesterday. By the way, we will point out they were put out the cup by Chelsea and they're not in the Champions League. You know, I think they would be humiliated. I mean, what a long journey home that would have been for the Chelsea players yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's an absolute stinker. I think they're going, yes, this is out of hands, but like, again, it's not over till it's over. They've got that game, but to go out at Etihad and be absolutely battered 5-1. I mean, it's not as though Chelsea were out of possession the whole game. They had long spells with the football. Yeah. But just decision-making at times, poor.
Yeah, communication. Communication seemed a bit off.
Like, decision-making for me, and just, they do not look like a team of champions right now. They look like a team that are going, they're not happy. They maybe not even playing for each other. Maybe down in tools, some of them. Yeah. You're looking at Arsenal right now and going, there's going to be a clear out there. There's going to be a clear out Chelsea squad too. Yeah. And that's taking up nothing away from some of these players. Some of these players have gave their heart and soul to Chelsea throughout the years. Yeah. And they'll be forever like legends of that club. But I think maybe Sonia Bonpastor is changing, and that comes with football. Like, sometimes you look at football. You look at football right now. You're telling me some of them players can't play. They can. There's some players that sit on the Chelsea bench and they could go and they'd be starting in any other team and delivering probably week in, week out. It's football and it's politics of football. When you buy new players in, they've got to play. They're going to play, especially when you're throwing that amount of money at them. But one player I won't take anything away from is Alyssa Thompson again. Yeah. Like, she's a player. She is a player. But there's just something not right in the Chelsea team right now. They're going to need to regroup. Next season is probably what they're looking at. They'll be looking to maybe win a trophy by the end of this season, but...
Do you think Chelsea could win the Champions League?
Well, imagine that. We're sitting here slaughtering them right now, going, the league is over. But yeah, they're heavily criticising them. And
criticising the performances,
I do think there's something going on behind closed doors there that isn't quite ticking for them. Why not? Why not? Arsenal and Chelsea are still within shouts of winning the Champions League. They're still in it. You look at Arsenal last season, they absolutely blew the league, and then the only thing they had left to play for was Champions League. And look what happened to them. So never say never. Never say never, but just look at some of the players, Cass, and I'm like, really? Yeah. I'm thinking, sign me up. But
maybe not.
Maybe not.
Also, by the way, in the Champions Cup last night, Borba, the keeper for Arsenal, looked like she had a really nasty injury and knock, and that really delayed towards the end of the game. But she went off in a stretcher. There was oxygen there as well. So whatever's happened there, we send our best wishes. Also, Fujino took a bit of a knock yesterday as well. I wonder if that means she's going to be out with Man City for the concussion rule for a couple of games, possibly. Whatever that will mean as well. But we send our best wishes to those players. Cracking weekend. It really, really was. Man United are up to second in the table. Possibly might get Champions League football, as may Chelsea. Will Arsenal drop down in terms of Champions League football? You never know, but they are Champions Cup winners. And that is the biggest competition in our calendar.
Not in our calendar.
Don't bite.
It's,
Don't bite.
You could have just said the Champions League winners and I'd have left it at that. So,
True.
yeah,
Well,
fantastic.
Champions
Yeah.
League winners, Champions Cup winners.
Yeah.
They ain't no mugs. This is true. Okay, let's move on. Our next guest is actually just about going to get into the studio door because she beat Ruesha's side yesterday. Southampton captain Atlanta Primis is here to chat WSL 2 with us. Welcome, Atlanta Primis, to the studio. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Thank
Good.
you for having me today.
Thank you for coming up to see us. So, Southampton captain, how's that all going? I mean, are you guys talking yet? Because you battered the Palace
I would like to
yesterday.
say I hadn't opened the running order until this morning.
That's poor
So
prep.
if I knew that you were in, I'd have been like, right, I'll pull a sickie. Because I'll probably not be allowed in the training ground tomorrow. I'll be asked to leave probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, how was the game? How was the game yesterday?
Yeah, it was a good game. Obviously a big result for us. Obviously you guys coming into it with a bit of momentum and off a good run of games. So to be able to get the result yesterday was huge for us. Not only the result, but I think a good performance from the girls as well, which was nice. But yeah, tough one to take, but it is what it is. It is football. It is football.
Would it take anything for you to apologise to Ruesha for that, or is that not going to happen?
Yeah, sorry, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Sorry. Listen, one of those things, timing of it all, it is good to have you here today. I want to ask you to take us back to the start. I mean, football's in the family for you.
Yeah, so obviously grown up in football. Dad obviously played professionally at Portsmouth for a long period of time. I played tennis alongside football. At about 10 years old, decided I'm going for football and just concentrated on it from there on out. Grew up kind of at Hampshire and then moved on to Chelsea Academy, kind of come through the system there, and then decided to go out to the States and get a scholarship out there, continue my education, played out there and then came back 2021, signed for London City. And yeah, feels like I've been back for a while now, but enjoying it. Obviously at Saints now for the last 3 years, but yeah, enjoying it.
So see, when you first started playing football, was that with your dad? Was it kind of, let's kick the ball about? How did you get into it?
Yeah, well, I've got an older brother as well, so I used to play a lot with him and his friends. But obviously being with Dad, being able to go down to Fratton Park and watch him play and watch some of the best players in the Premier League play as well, I think that inspired me. But yeah, Dad was out in the garden with us, but I think a lot of it was me and my older brother really, and playing with him and his friends. I think that developed me into kind of the way I play. But yeah, he was out there with us, just a bit of fun really, which is nice.
It's funny because you say that as well, like playing with the boys was so good for you when you were young. Like that was such a good training ground.
Yeah, I think it's so important. I think the girls now, because there's like more academies and stuff like that, like so maybe they don't get as much access. But to me, I'm like, I think us growing up, that was massive. You had to play with the boys.
Huge, and I think just the lack of girls' teams back then, but also I think for the physicality and the mentality piece, getting pushed around by the boys, I think just strengthened me a lot, like mentally, but physically too. And I think I've taken that into my game now and used that.
And I bet there were some boys who couldn't stand it.
Yeah,
I bet they were like, oh, not Atlanta today, she could skin me.
Definitely. All my brother's friends still talk about to this day. But yeah, it was fun. Definitely shaped me.
What's the age difference between you and your brother?
3 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's not huge. I still got pushed about a bit, but like I say, I think it made me stronger.
Yeah. And when you became Southampton captain and you went to the club, and I know you said you're a close-knit family, your dad's very, very involved in your career and helping you and advising you, but when you said to the former Portsmouth legend, I'm going to be Southampton captain, did he bring up the rivalry or did it just...
Yeah, to be fair, under the radar a bit. I think my parents have always been just whatever's best for me and support me in that. I think I probably got a little bit more stick from fans and stuff. I think I remember playing against Portsmouth for the first time, and I remember them just heckling me in the stands, like, I can't believe you're doing it, can't even look at you, you shouldn't be in that shirt. But yeah, I guess it's all part of it. It makes it a bit fun. But yeah, my family have been super supportive wherever I've been and whatever club I've played for. They've always been in full force in support, which has been nice.
Would you guys like to see the rivalry be a lot more spicy in women's football?
I would. I personally would, because I think we've obviously grown up watching men's football. Obviously, I was
in Glasgow.
Yeah, in Glasgow. So you've got the Celtic Rangers rivalry, and that's like, to me, it's like there's no other kind of intensified rivalry like that. But like, look at Arsenal, Spurs, and stuff like that. You look at the men's games; it's big with the fans, and I get the women's games growing. Arsenal probably have the biggest fan base going. I can't wait till there's a time where you rock up to a game and they're singing like loud songs at each other, slagging players, all that. Like, it's part of it. That's what we knew growing up. So if the game gets to that, I think that'll be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it would be part of it. And even now, when you see players doing transfers, it sometimes doesn't come into it, the fact that, well, you would never join a rivalry. I mean, we've seen it, obviously, in men's game before. You do see it. It's never not happened before. But there are, say, players, say, at Arsenal women just now, if they go to Chelsea, it kind of would just quickly fizzle out. You know, the rivalry isn't as intense yet.
Yeah, not quite yet. And I think it is, we were saying about the number of teams. There aren't as many. And if an opportunity comes up in women's football, I think you have to take it with both hands. And I think we hope that moving forwards, the rivalry is there. And I think we are seeing it more and more. I think even with Southampton and Portsmouth, like, we've been playing against them for years and years.
Because that's an amazing derby in men's football. I mean, that gets...
absolutely massive. I mean, they have escorts down to the ground and stuff to get the fans in. So, like, I don't necessarily think it will get to that point, but I think just having that competitiveness, I really hope over the next few years that does happen.
And to be fair, the Corinthians last night at the Emirates, they brought that kind of spice and intensity, and, you know, but that's Brazilian.
There's fans too. Look, there's fans too, but I don't think fans understand in football too with players. Like, there's no loyalty from clubs with players. So as a player, you've got to take your opportunity and go, where are you going to get your next paycheck? That's the way it is.
Yeah, but I mean, I for one would love to see it. I'm sure we all would enjoy that element of it if it does develop that way. Speaking about then the clubs that you've been to, where was the kind of biggest lesson for you in your career?
I think coming back after the States, coming to London City, it was a bit of a reality check for me. I think I did quite well out in the States, but didn't necessarily get an opportunity to stay out there, and came back to England when the game was growing, and I kind of felt like I was at the bottom of the pecking order again and had to kind of work my way up. And at the time, London City didn't have the investment that they have now. So it was a bit of a learning curve, getting back to being me and how I can impact games in the Championship at the time. And yeah, just, I would say we didn't have access to everything that clubs do now. I remember lifting like weights and stuff on the pitch after training, and training in the afternoon because some of the girls were working in the mornings and things like that. And I think we really had a good team and built a good culture of just buying into what we had. So yeah, that was a big lesson for me, and just being able to carry that on to each club I go to, really.
And obviously you represent Jamaica. Talk to us about the games coming up there and what's the ambitions with the Jamaican national team right now? Yeah,
obviously World Cup next year, that's our ultimate goal, to get back to there. I think we've done well the last 2 times that we've been to the World Cup, and to be able to get back there. So we've got obviously qualifiers at the end of February, and then again another 2 big games at the end or in April. So it's an exciting time. Obviously, get to play with some of the greats. Obviously, Bunny Shaw.
And how is that?
Unbelievable.
Can you tell her I love her?
She's amazing. She is amazing. Obviously, having her on your team, you know you're gonna get the ball up to her, and she's probably gonna score. And I think for us, the qualifying games won't be super difficult, but it's about us going in, applying ourselves and getting the results we need. And then the latter stages will be when we start to get tested as a team. But yeah, obviously World Cup next year, that's the ultimate goal, and doing everything we can to get there.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the highlights from the game yesterday, the Chelsea game?
No, I haven't yet, to be fair. Not quite.
Bunny, so you've got one of the most expensive defenders in the world, and Bunny literally just goes, "Excuse me,"
I have seen a clip of that, just a brief clip.
Have you been on the receiving end of that in training before?
To be fair, luckily I haven't, because I don't have to mark her, and I'm not envious of anyone that has to be fair. But yeah, she's just, everything about her is just unbelievable. We're seeing that. We've seen it ever since she's joined the English League, like just absolutely dominating.
Yeah. What's women's football like in Jamaica? How are you inspiring the next generation?
Yeah, obviously we're seeing more and more girls getting involved in that, and how what we do, like on the world stage, inspires them. And I think having someone like Bunny, having some of the other Jamaican homegrown players being able to shed light on what they're doing, they're going out and playing professionally all across the world, and I think that's huge. There's more leagues now, which is huge, to get more girls involved and then coming through the system, because we're getting a bit older, some of us, and we've got to inspire the next generation because they want to come on and play for Jamaica at World Cup. So yeah, it's huge for us.
It helps to have poster people, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It really does help. And we're going to chat with Soccer Donna about transfers, but I was just thinking last night, Bunny's contract's up in City.
Is it?
In the summer. They should build the team around Bunny Shaw, because, I mean, the women's just unstoppable.
I mean, if they win the league, I don't know. I don't see her leaving. Obviously, we're speculating, but I think when you look at that squad that they've got right now, what they've built, I think they'll be looking at hanging about for the next few years.
Yeah. Unless it's just like, this weather's just totally... I'm done with it.
I know.
So I went to Jamaica 2 Christmases ago. I went to
Lovely.
McGrill, and I ended up at Rick's Cafe. Have you been?
No, I haven't.
No, have you not?
No.
Tell me about Rick's Cafe.
I smashed it. I went up to, so there's like a lower level, and there's a middle, and then there's a high level. I got to the high level, but I did have 2 cocktails on me, and I thought it's now or never.
What is Rick's Cafe?
You need to see it. It's but there was guys like locals. So there's like
Someone tell me what
a
Rick's
tree.
Cafe is.
So there's like the top bit you can jump off, and then there's like a tree, and he's up the top of the tree, jumping off, and it's mental. You're looking, going, surely not, and he's like flipping off and mental.
Okay, so what is Rick's Cafe?
It's just this bar. So you get a nice sunset there. It's just a bar, and like all the boats come in to it. You can get off.
And you can jump off it into the water? Oh, that's cool.
It's like jump at your own risk. There's
At your own
lifeguards,
risk,
but I mean the heights are pretty high. They're pretty high, but you'd bottle it. You'd absolutely not do
I'd be
it.
a bit scared of heights.
No. Well, I mean, I like to jump in the water, but I'm definitely like more fear than I used to be. I think it's since I had kids, I was like, I'm scared of everything. I can't do it. In terms of yourself moving forward, ambitions for Southampton. I mean, you know you want to get to World Cup with Jamaica, but what's the club ambition?
I think for us, this year we're seeing a lot of teams investing heavily, which makes the league more competitive, more enjoyable. I don't necessarily think, to be honest, WSL 2 gets credit for what it's about. But yeah, I think for us as a club, we want to be pushing for those promotion spots. I think this year there's 3 opportunities to really go up and compete. So putting ourselves in the best position to do that. It's about performing week in, week out. But yeah, ultimately that's what we want to do. But control what we can at the minute, 1 game at a time, and see where we are at the end of the season.
Yeah. I'd say I'm quite what's the word? What is the word I'm looking for? But I would say this year is the year where I've went the championship is at a level. I think when you're seeing the level of players are now in the championship,
Yes, definitely.
you go, it is now very competitive and it's getting harder because teams are investing. And if you're not investing, it's kind of like you don't want to get left behind. But there's one team that you'd look at and go, Charlton, and they've just got players that they've kept. They know the league and they're still sitting there at the top. So I think there's a lot of like, I go back to it always, and I'm like, you need championship players to get you in a position to be able to actually compete for the league. Yeah,
definitely. And I think even I was at Charlton last year on loan, and being in that environment and being in that culture, I saw what Karen was building, and they've obviously retained a lot of players, but they know how to win games, and that is the most important thing, knowing how the league works and knowing how to win games. And credit to them this year, they've done that, and we'll see what happens.
Talk to us about that. Was it a bit, did you want to move home as such, or was it a new opportunity, a new challenge?
Football is football. I think it's difficult. Sometimes things work out in your favour, and it wasn't necessarily going to go that way last year at Southampton. So I decided to take the opportunity to go to Charlton. I knew Karen from the past, and I think just to go there and get back to just enjoying football again, because I think you have the ups and downs, and I think I was kind of in a bit of a lull coming off the World Cup in 2023, and just trying to find my feet a little bit again. And I think that opportunity last year really helped me do that, fall back in love with the game again and get back to what I like doing and what I enjoy doing. But yeah, it was a good experience, and I can see, like I said before, why Charlton are where they are right now. And
you're the captain of Southampton as well. You take that role very, very seriously?
Yeah, definitely. I think, if I'm being honest, I wasn't expecting to come back and be captain. And I think the way that I am and the person and player that I like to lead by example. So if I had the armband or if I didn't have the armband, like, that's not that important to me. But I understand the responsibility that comes with it. And yeah, I've loved it. I think leading the group this year has been challenging in ways. It's definitely challenged me as a player, but also as a person. How can I get around a young group and make sure that we are coming in each day and bettering ourselves and having difficult conversations and, yeah, just being there to support them. I think I'm not really old, but I've been around the block a little bit. I understand what football's about. Yeah, experienced. I like that. But yeah, how can I help the team get to where we want to get to? And I think I've enjoyed that this year so far.
Just before you go, you just touched on there, on the back of the World Cup in 23, a bit of a lull.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I think, obviously, in football, you go through highs and lows, and I think playing at that level on that stage in front of that many people was huge. And if I'm being honest, I don't think it's ever really sunk in what we did as a team. And also for me personally, like, that's something I've dreamed of as a child, to play on the biggest stage against the best in the world. And what we did there as a team was absolutely incredible. I think the group, obviously we had France, Brazil and Panama, we weren't supposed to get out of our group, but I think even that, like, getting out of the group, inspiring people in Jamaica, but also girls around the world. So yeah, I think for me personally, you're at the highest of highs and then you come back. I'd signed for a new club. And yeah, just trying to navigate that. It was difficult, and I think that is football, and I think the way that women's football is going, you're seeing it with more of the girls. You don't necessarily have time to process with all the games that are going on, with all the different competitions, and it took me a bit of time to find my feet again, and just get back to being me and doing the things that I enjoy and just enjoying playing again.
You can relate to that.
Yep, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
Same came back and signed for a new team. I think I got 2 weeks holiday and then went in, the season was starting that week, so I had like a few days of training.
Yeah.
But I remember just like, and it's so hard to shift. Like, you come from that mindset of being like, you know, it was the biggest stage, you're playing in front of fans, big stadiums, so much going on around it, and you come back to, I signed for London City at the time again, resources not quite there at that point, it was meant to be changing, but I was just like, this is pure. That's all the way I could do.
Yeah, because you're in, especially when you're away, you're in this bubble.
Yeah.
Like, when you're in the World Cup, you go one game, that's done, that's dusted, we prepare for the next game. So I feel like you're not even processing in the moment. You come back and you're straight into club football, and honestly, it was a whirlwind of emotions.
Yeah.
I think it's really positive that you guys have spoken about that, to be fair, because it's probably a number of footballers can look and relate and go, thank God we weren't the only ones.
It's common in the Olympics. I mind listening to a podcast, and then I was like, that's exactly what I felt. And you're going, there's a bit going, oh, this is like a mental side, and mentally you should be shifting, go, right, we're into this game, this is a massive game. But playing at this wee stupid rubbish stadium, and the level's probably not what it should be at, to coming off the back of a World Cup, mentally trying to process that, it takes time.
You need to be tough for that as well, and your mindset. I mean, they say it's like after the lights go out, when people have had fans around them every weekend, and then they go retire from football, normal life, you're 30, and you've still got a life to go. What am I doing next? Interesting chat. Good luck for you and Saints for the rest of the season, and good luck for your career and what's to come.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant conversation. Get in the comments, let us know your thoughts on that. Finally, it's transfer deadline window. Remember that time last season when Chloe Kelly got the last minute move to Arsenal and everything changed? Let's catch up on all the last minute deals, shall we? Here to dish the gossip is the one and only Soccer Donna. She's typing, she's posting, she's got herself going. Soccer Donna!
Hello.
How are you, Laura?
I'm all good. How are you?
Good. Are you in a different gaff today? What's the...
I just changed the spot, so my cats, they always around me, and I got some more space over here.
Okay. Busy day for you ahead, busy 24 hours coming up. I'm going to start with the news that broke this morning here. Tom Gary reported that he believes that Katie McCabe is likely to leave Arsenal this summer. Where is she going?
Yeah, I believe so too. I've been hearing bits here and there. Well, Tom Gary said either WSL or NWSL. To be fair, question to you guys as well, maybe. Do you see Katie McCabe play for another WSL club? Because I can't. I can't see her play against her former team, thinking about the summer. So,
Okay.
Don't know, Ruesha, what do you think?
I think it's going to probably come down to where she thinks is going to challenge the top clubs and where can pay her wages. So it's probably going to come down to that. She's going to want to obviously play at a high level still and be competing. There's probably a bit of going, right, I know Katie, a bit she'll want to probably compete and show that she can still play at the high level, or do you go, okay, well, I'm going for a lifestyle change here? But where else does she go? Do you go to the Sunshine? Do you not? I'm not sure, but yeah.
I think she could play for any club she wants to play for, because I think numbers-wise, there's nobody, I think, maybe in the league that's more available than Katie. Maybe the only time she doesn't play is if she's on a ban, which might pop up now and then from mouthing off at a ref. I think that's what I think. I think she could play really for whoever she wants to play for. I mean, the NWS, you don't let players like that leave the Women's Super League. That's my opinion of it. Laura, I think if she could get a move to Chelsea, I would take it. If she wanted to stay in London for lifestyle, whatever may be there, I think she could go there. I think she could join the champions, dare I say it, Manchester City. Or I think Michelle Can could pay the wages and she could go to London City. So I could see her staying in the WSL, but as Ruesha mentioned, lifestyle, maybe a change of pace, maybe the NWSL.
Yeah, I would agree, because I think she's been with Arsenal for, 11 years now?
Yeah.
Has to be. So at what point do you get, like, she's won it all, sorry. She's won it all. She's had positive conversations I've heard regarding this future. So this is mutual respect from the club and from Katie's side. So we talked, I think last year, about Beth Mead having an offer from London City. I think we've talked about this. Yeah. And over the past few weeks, I did find out that Arsenal initially accepted this offer, but Beth Mead was the one that didn't want to go. Yeah. So
is that not brilliant?
I don't know.
Is that not brilliant that she wanted to commit to Arsenal, yet absolutely. It was probably a big money offer. You might know the number, Laura, but it was probably big bucks. And Beth wanted to stay and then won in the Champions League and worked her way in. Yeah. She's scoring goals, she's on form. I just don't know how this is happening. I'm at a loss for it. I've said this a million times. Ona Badje, she's linked to Arsenal then, a few years younger than Katie McCabe. They're looking for this younger squad. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I think they're going to try to do kind of a revamping of the club, or not the club, but the team. They have positive talks with Stanway, who is a great addition, and talks about her signing a pre-contract are ongoing, and that will happen. There's talks with Ona Badje, and we cannot rule out Geraldine Reuteler from Frankfurt as well.
Okay.
So she's still in the mix. 3 really, really great additions, 1 forward, 1 midfielder, 1 defender. So I think what they're trying to do, well, yeah, if you look at the squad age in the WSL, I think Arsenal on the very top of the list. They have the oldest squad. With age comes experience, but what are they missing at the moment a bit? Like, yes, they are 1 game short in the WSL because of the final yesterday, but they're not in a position where you would want to see a club like Arsenal be. They should be first, second, maybe third if it has to be, but not the way it's going right now.
Yeah.
So what needs to change? And maybe that's one way, to start working their way back up again.
Yeah, I would argue that Arsenal probably have to keep strengthening. Are they letting the right players go? I'm not sure. I think them being at the club still would still strengthen their case, but that's not for me to decide. But do you know anything else on Alexia Putellas? Any more updates, rumours, anything?
No, she's a tough nut to crack, to be fair. I will know maybe towards the summer, but right now, all I know is that last year she said she'd commit to staying at Barcelona, and I've not heard anything else so far, but could also be they're a bit tight-lipped because they don't want to spread stuff too early. So we'll keep an eye out on that.
Yeah. My understanding, I spoke to you about it last week, didn't I, Laura?
Yeah.
Is that Alexia is going to London City in the summer and will likely sign a pre-agreed contract. But no one else seems to have heard this or known that maybe I dreamt it. But listen, Mum has dreamt of a lot of things, haven't I? A lot of things that I've said have happened, okay? I've got flies in the
That's true.
If I'm wrong, I'll happily be wrong. And then you can rub it in my face. Listen, you've got a busy day ahead. Thank you so much for your time. We'll catch up with you again later.
Before you go, Laura, are we expecting any more drama before
like
this window closes tomorrow? Is there any big news?
Oh gosh, it's hard to top a Chloe Kelly moment, isn't there? But what I know is that there's only one WSL club that's done so far, so we'll see.
Oh, okay.
Exciting.
Yes,
Soccer Donna, we love you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Take care of yourself. Laura from Soccer Donna there. Oh,
Yeah, I really hope that there's more drama. I've said last year, I remember touching on it, and then we done a little thing together.
Yeah.
Chloe Kelly was announced after that. I just want there to be some big moves.
Yeah.
Make it exciting.
Yeah.
I get players need to stay. I get it. There's a lot to it, and it's just not as straightforward. But I'm looking at some players going, leave, get out there, go play 6 months or 4 months, whatever it's actually going to be now. But
because of Arsenal's current league predicament, because of this Katie news that's come out, early hours today, if that happened now, because I'm not going to win the league, I might still win the Champions League. But if you could go, if a deal could be done now for like Hart or Beth, if it's true that they're not going to be at Arsenal, or Alexa, if we could get a groundbreaking.
I think there's so much more to it. There's personal aspect, like probably knowing a bit, not like dive in too much, but there's stuff going on there. Move gaff, stuff like that. You're happy, you think you're settled, then you're moving. So there's a bit like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
They're going to have big options, these players, I think, anyway. But I would love to see them just go, right, okay, let's cut ties. You don't want me? Let's cut ties. Let's go here and start a new chapter.
Yeah.
Purely for the thrill of the January transfer window. But I just think these players are good enough to go and change, go and change what's happening at another club.
I agree.
Push, get points on the board. So I'm like, why he's been long at the club that's now shafting you?
I know. I just love it for the popcorn to sit and just take it all in. Rue, we'll see you again soon. Have yourself a good week. You're hopefully back next week from your...
Yeah, I had a wee calf niggle. I picked up on my band, but it's all good. Been in full training, everything's well. So hopefully be back in the squad next week. Although our squad's pretty stacked right now, Cass. There's
I know, there's loads of you at Palace.
probably need some people to... Injuries happen in football quick, so you kind of need something when the squad's that full. So basically the bench would be full right now.
Yeah,
so,
I know. But they noticed though if you just sat on at the end.
Just come on. Hello, I'm ready.
What's the Crystal Palace song that we sing? You've not taught me any Palace songs yet?
I generally feel because I've not really played a lot of football, Shebs. I'm not really...
Yeah, but there must be a Palace song. What's the Palace
I've been
song?
there, I don't know. Do you know what? There's a good set of fans that stand
Beatles or something
behind the goal. But I weirdly feel that I've not really got that connection with Palace fans because I've not really played a lot of football. I've came on as a sub a couple of times and started 2 games.
Oh.
It's a pure shambles. It's a wee
Hold
shame.
on,
I
I'll get
know,
my violin.
Like just, I'm like, what am I doing? What am I actually doing in my life? And I got a 5-game ban, and we only have how many games a season?
Maybe you should get behind the goals and cheer them on. You're so right. You got a 5-game ban in like a 20-game season.
I know, it's pure pish. It's a pure shambles.
Right, we got to go.
Anyway, sorry.
Get in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on today's episode. What do you think is going to happen with the January transfer window? Like and subscribe. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.